My beloved child, before the world named you, I already knew your name. And even before you were formed in your mother's womb, I was whispering dreams into your spirit. Not dreams of chance, but dreams of divine intention, written with eternal ink in the scrolls of heaven. Dreams that would one day wake inside you when the time was right, when the silence had shaped you into someone who could carry the weight of the glory I placed inside you. And I want you to hear me now, not with the ears of your flesh, but with the soul that has been quietly aching for this moment, for this knowing, for this assurance that the quiet seasons of your life were not a waste, that the tears you cried in your room when no one was watching were not lost in the darkness. For I caught every single one and kept them in a bottle of remembrance. And yes, I was there. I was there when you felt abandoned, when they overlooked you, when your name was left off the list, when you waited for a message that never came, when love didn't stay, when hope seemed to slip through your fingers like dust in the wind. And still, I never left you. Not for a second, because I am the God who stays even when you think I've gone silent. And oh, how the silence has frightened you, how you've wondered if maybe I had forgotten you, maybe I had given up on the promises, maybe your pain was a sign that you were disqualified. But child, let me tell you now, in a way your soul will not forget. I do not make promises and forget them. I do not plant seeds and walk away. I do not set a flame in a soul only to watch it flicker out. No, I fan it, I guard it, I breathe on it. And I've been doing that in your life even when you couldn't feel it. Because sometimes I move in silence to deepen your roots, to stretch your faith, to prepare a stage for the miracle in such a way that when it comes, it can't be denied as anything but divine. And that is what I've been doing in your hidden years. The years when it felt like everyone else was moving forward while you stood still. The years you questioned your worth, your place, your calling. The years you felt invisible. Those were not wasted years. They were sacred years. Years when I was removing things that would have choked your destiny. Years when I was healing parts of your heart that were still bleeding from wounds you didn't realize you were carrying. Years when I was breaking generational cycles that would have sabotaged your purpose. Years when I was quietly building a foundation beneath you, so deep and so unshakable that no storm would be able to destroy you once I lifted you. And yes, I'm lifting you now, but you needed to know that the rise is not a rescue. It's a revealing. It's me revealing the strength that's already in you, the faith that was forged in the fire, the wisdom that grew in the wilderness, the compassion that came from being crushed. And oh child, you have no idea how much you've grown, how proud I am of you, not just for surviving, but for continuing to believe, even in the silence, even when nothing made sense, even when I seemed so far away. And now, because you did not give up, because you did not curse me in the night, because you dared to hope again, even after being disappointed, I am stepping in. I am pulling back the curtain. I am showing you what I was doing behind the scenes, and you will begin to see it. Piece by piece, alignment by alignment, and it will make you weep. Not from pain, but from wonder. Because suddenly, what was confusing will start to make sense. What was delayed will begin to rush in, and you will realize I was never punishing you. I was positioning you, preparing you, perfecting you for the promise I have not forgotten. And yes, the promise still stands. Yes, the vision will speak. Yes, what I showed you was real, and no, it's not too late. You haven't missed it. You're not behind. You're not too broken, because I am the God who redeems time. My beloved, lean in closer now, for what I am about to reveal is not only timely, it is eternal. You have carried questions that seemed too heavy for words, and doubts that whispered louder than faith on some nights. Yet still you showed up, heart trembling, eyes searching, hoping that maybe, just maybe I was still writing your story. And I am. I never stopped. The pages may have turned slower than you expected, but not one chapter has been wasted, not one sentence misplaced. Everything you've endured has been woven into the fabric of a divine tapestry that you've only seen the backside of. You called it tangled, I call it preparation. You called it delay, I called it design. While you thought you were standing still, I was moving mountains out of your way. I was opening doors that no man can shut. I was closing doors that would have broken you. And yes, I was silent, but not absent. You see, silence isn't the absence of activity, it's the presence of strategy. I've been strategizing around you. Heaven's movements have been calculated, measured, and synchronized with eternity. You felt overlooked, but angels were hovering over your name. You felt abandoned, but I was sitting beside you in the dark. I heard every whispered plea, every prayer buried under your breath, every tear that fell without sound. I collected them, not because I delight in your pain, but because I treasure your process. The fire didn't burn you, it refined you. The waiting didn't waste you, it built you. And now I am bringing to remembrance everything I promised, not because you reminded me, but because the time has come. Yes, now is the time. The shifting you feel is real. The urgency in your spirit isn't anxiety, it's awakening. I do not make promises and forget them. I do not plant seeds and walk away. I do not set a flame in a soul only to watch it flicker out. No, I fan it, I guard it, I breathe on it. And I've been doing that in your life even when you couldn't feel it. Because sometimes I move in silence to deepen your roots, to stretch your faith, to prepare a stage for the miracle in such a way that when it comes, it can't be denied as anything but divine. And that is what I've been doing in your hidden years. The years when it felt like everyone else was moving forward while you stood still. The years you questioned your worth, your place, your calling. The years you felt invisible. Those were not wasted years. They were sacred years. Years when I was removing things that would have choked your destiny. Years when I was healing parts of your heart that were still bleeding from wounds you didn't realize you were carrying. Years when I was breaking generational cycles that would have sabotaged your purpose. Years when I was quietly building a foundation beneath you so deep and so unshakable that no storm would be able to destroy you once I lifted you. And yes, I'm lifting you now, but you needed to know that the rise is not a rescue, it's a revealing. Now, my child, walk carefully, but not fearfully. This is holy ground. I'm about to show you why every door that didn't open was my mercy. I'm about to reveal why every no was making room for a better yes. Do not rush this moment. Sit in it. Let your soul breathe in the truth that you are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are known by the one who made stars and still memorized your scars, known by the one who holds galaxies and still counts the hairs on your head. And tonight, something is shifting in your name. This isn't emotional hype, it's heavenly movement. Watch your dreams. Pay attention to the words that come randomly. Listen closely when someone mentions your name, even in passing. I am confirming things in subtle ways first so you'll recognize me when the bigger waves crash. This is the hour of unexplainable acceleration. Not because you forced it, but because you were faithful. You thought I didn't notice your obedience in the small things. I did, and I reward openly what was done in secret. You are stepping into a season where people will ask, how did that happen for you? And your only answer will be, God did it. Because you'll know that nothing in your strength could have orchestrated this level of favor. It will feel sudden, but you'll know it was sacred. Child, I love you more than you can comprehend. I delight in you, not because you're perfect, but because you're mine. And I always finish what I start. Watch what I do next, not just around you, but through you. I am not done. In fact, I'm just getting started. Type Amen if you love Jesus and don't forget to like and subscribe.